this small thing is stopping you from making money. See, I came to realize this last year, and this changed my life. As I'm still in the process, it's changing my life, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to share. So if you seen this video, if you clicked on this video, then there's a reason that you're watching this video. And I'm going to be 100% sincere with everything that I'm sharing, because I believe that it can actually help somebody, whoever out there. I started to think more about my finances, and I'm like, I noticed that I've just been doing things like a certain way, and I just wanted to change things. I wanted my finances to get better. But I was looking at like all of the big stuff until I realized that I need time to make money. You know, the Bible says that time and chance happeneth to them all. You know, time, chance, opportunity happens to everybody. But I needed time to actually figure out this whole thing about money. And funny enough, I discovered that it's not as complex as I used to think about it. That's actually simple. And the major thing stopping people from making money is distraction. It's stopping a lot of people from making money. And I'm going to break all of this down using my personal experience and from experience around me, so that you can see or understand what I'm trying to say. True wealth, true legal way of making money needs time. It takes time. Just like you plant a seed, it takes time for the seed to germinate, to become a fruit, to become a tree. You understand? Quick money goes quick. But the problem a lot of people are experiencing is that time is the problem. Like, they don't have time. So I struggled with this a lot, and I discovered my problem was I don't have time. I had a lot of domestic responsibilities, you know, personal responsibilities that I don't have time. Like, I really want to do this thing, but I don't have time to put in to actually doing this. And it's understandable. Like, this is an excuse that you will give and everybody can understand. So let's say, for instance, you are a mom or a dad, or maybe a firstborn child, and you have siblings to take care of and all of that. You might feel like, I don't have time to like pursue what I'm supposed to pursue, do the thing that I'm supposed to do that I know will, you know, take me to the next level. But the truth is, you have time. Realized this last year. So I actually sincerely looked at everything I was doing, and I discovered that, yeah, I have domestic responsibility. A lot of things I was doing that they are important stuff that I need to do. They are sincerely taking my time. But the truth is that I still have time. So I started to look at, okay, what are the things I'm doing right now that I absolutely don't need to do, that is actually not moving the needle in my finances. And guess what? I discovered that I was distracted a lot than I actually thought. So this was the problem for me. This can differ from person to person. I noticed that the time I was spending on social media, the time I was spending scrolling social media aimlessly, without a goal, without having anything to do, just want to know what's happening, just want to watch videos and all of that, was costing me the life that I want to live. I discovered this in November 2024, and I said, never again. So I quit social media. And I know you'll be like, YouTube is still social media. Yeah, I quit social media platforms where I wasn't doing anything of value. TikTok, I quit Facebook, I quit Instagram, and those platforms were the major distractions for me. Like, I would just start scrolling, and you see a lot of creators creating things, you just laugh, ha ha ha. And I decided to replace the time I'm spending scrolling on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I replaced it with YouTube and LinkedIn. So I decided, okay, I'm going to go create a YouTube channel, and I will start, sharing my knowledge, sharing my experiences, sharing the things that I know, just sharing what I know that can help another person. And I started doing that around November last year to now. So it's about 6 months. And I know the people that, find my content valuable. People have reached out to me and be like, oh, thank you so much for the value. People have reached out to me, thank you so much. I landed a job abroad and all of that. That is just an aspect. So it just shows to me that sometimes the issue of I don't have time is self-inflicted. If you can be truthful to yourself and look at what am I doing? And it's not just quitting social media. So I started by quitting social media. I started by also quitting relationships. Like, it's not in a malicious or bitter way. Relationships that were not adding to me. And this is friends. I'm talking friends and family. Yeah. You should love your friends and your family. But if you're in a relationship that this relationship is not beneficial to you, it's not beneficial to this person, maybe they can even be pulling you back, irrelevant discussions that is not doing anything for you, is not doing anything for them, is not helping you fulfill purpose, then by all means you should cut off that relationship. No, it doesn't mean you don't care for them, it doesn't mean you can't help them, you can't reach out to them when it's important, but you need to take your life seriously. And if you're going to build wealth, if you're going to make money, you need time. You need to dedicate time to building things, creating value. And this is what the world knows. This is what people know. This is what business owners know that they will actually not tell you. So I watched a video from Alex Omozi some months ago, and he said this categorically, that poor people buy distraction. Like, the reason they are poor is because they are distracted. And I resonated with this because I know it was very true. Like, what I've been able to achieve in the last 6 months, I haven't achieved that in the last 6 years. Like, I'm just being honest with you. That is this plain truth. So you can tell in the concept of time, we think that we need a lot of time. You don't need 6 years. You need concentrated 6 months. No, compounded 6 months. You need to lock in for 6 months. You'll be amazed to discover that what you couldn't achieve in 6 years, you can achieve in 6 weeks, you can achieve in 6 months of undistracted, conscious time of adding value to yourself and adding value to other people. Like, this is just all there is. This is the truth. There is nothing that you do consistently, focused, without distraction, truthfully, that is good over a certain period of time and you will not see results. It is not possible for you to do something, even if, like, people look at results as maybe likes, followers, money. The result in becoming a better person, the result in learning. Like, what I have learned in the last 6 months, the knowledge I've acquired, who I have been in the last 6 months is totally different from who I used to be 6 years ago. Like, all through 6 years, like, I really don't even know how to put it, but this is the fundamental of truth. If you can remove distractions from your life and buy back your time and lock in on that time and choose to only do things that are productive, your life is going to change. You are going to be way faster. You're going to be better than 99% of people. You're going to be way faster on your journey to achieving wealth, to making money, faster than you would if you're distracted. So, the Bible says little foxes, like little things. It's not the big things that stop people. Like, for where I am as a Nigerian, they say, oh, village people. Sometimes it's not the village people. It's not one external thing. The biggest hindrance to making money, to building the life that you want to live, is you. You have to remove distraction. You have to focus that this is what I want to do. And I discovered that the road to success is a lonely road. You need to be alone. Have you noticed that people that are, crime, people that are poor, maybe they're alcoholic, they're into drugs and all of that, they are usually around a group of friends. Have you noticed that? Because they need to keep those voices loud enough to choke any space for them to think, for them to even reflect on their lives. So the more things are choking up time, your alone time for you to be alone and really think and really commit to anything, that the more of those things you have, the harder, the more difficult it is for you to actually build a life that you want to live. So it sounds like this cannot be it, but this is actually it. This simple thing is changing my life, and it can change your life too. Remove distraction is a big thing. Distraction will steal your time, and God has given everybody 24 hours. So distraction is stealing hours, 8 hours, 6 hours. You might feel like just scrolling just a couple of minutes, but you're there, you're scrolling. watch a video 20 minutes, watch another video 30 minutes, watch another video. Before you know, it's 3 hours. It's 4 hours gone. You did nothing. Totally nothing. No profits, no value, nothing. Every day is going. The fact that you have that time is not that, it doesn't mean you should waste it. There are people begging to have this time. People are wishing, people are looking for a second chance at this time that you are wasting. Anybody that is listening to this video to take this seriously, and it can actually change your life. If you are feeling like you are the lowest and you're like, I want to make money, I don't have privilege, I don't have anybody, I'm not from a rich home, I want to start from scratch. The first thing you should start from, where to start from, the biggest place to start from is not to reach out to someone, one rich man somewhere that has money to give you or whatever. Even if your road to making money, maybe you want to go get a remote job, or maybe you want to start a business, or maybe you want to trade, whatever means you want to use to make money, the first thing you need to do is to remove distraction. Who knows? Like, I couldn't even imagine that quitting social media, casual times scrolling, casual minutes of scrolling could buy me back actually creating an audience and sharing my knowledge and having people's life changed and just providing people the solution that they needed to move to the next level. You feel like, oh, I need to be online, I need to know what is happening. Things are always happening. And guess what? When you go back online, like for me, I'm not saying you should quit social media, of course, if you're a social media manager. But when you go back, you see that you never even really missed anything. All of this trend you are saying, oh, see this guy just did this, see this guy just did this. Those things were even very strategic. These people strategized. Like, this is the devil tactics, is to steal your time, because he knows what you can do if you leverage your time. He knows what you can do if you commit, if you clear out all the distraction and stick to something. That's why he's going to, and that's what all businesses thrive on. A lot of business, entertainment, is your time. The more distracted they keep you, the more they make money. I've been able to create things, like I created the remote job startup app because I had time to think, okay, what are the solutions that I can provide to people based on the experience that I already have. I created the remote job startup app. I started a YouTube channel. I started a WhatsApp community. I started my email newsletter. I started working more on my website because I could buy back my time. And now I'm more focused on solutions that I can create, not just for people that are in my community, for everybody, for businesses, because of where I have the time to think. I tell you, this is huge. If you can remove distraction, look, the goal is, I'm not saying that you should leave social media. The goal is to look inward and sincerely look at what is actually causing distraction in your life. What is distracting you? Be truthful. Commit to something for 1 year. I decided to commit to creating YouTube videos to actually add value to people's life, solve problems, answer questions. And I'm committed to it, and I'm 6 months in. So commit to something for 1 year. It won't be something simple, but I guarantee that you see results. And one thing I'm also committed to, I decided that I was going to grow out my natural hair. So I don't know if you've noticed that I actually, mostly wear my hair. So it's just a process I developed to just, okay, let me just grow out my natural hair. And I think I'm getting there. A lot of people always think about what they can do to make money. Like, what else do I need to do? Like, added stuff. What can I add? What else can I do to make money? But people don't think in terms of what can I remove to make it possible for me to move to the next level. So in my own situation, it was about what can I delete from my life to create room. If you're trying to make money, or you're on your journey to financial increase, a journey to building wealth, I would advise, based on my journey, I'm still on my journey, I would advise that you start by removing distraction. What is time? You need time to actually build things that will make you money. So people do not actually know this, but when you see someone post online, how I made $2,000, how I made $3,000, people always look at now, but they are not going to look at all of the person's experience that they've gathered for years, all of the experiences, the knowledge, the relationships, the character, the resilience, all of those things that they will be able to build, their environment, all of those stuff. it took years for them to build this thing that they can actually make $1,000 or $10,000 in one day. So don't look at it in isolation of they're just able to make this money. It has taken years of discipline, years of commitment, sacrifices, and all of that. And they might not be able to tell you all of these things, but this is the truth. So you need time. Buy back your time. Look is adding value. No, I looked at my environment. I looked at everywhere. The people that are rich or working in wealth or working in prosperity are people that are solutions, that create solutions. So I started to, this is a journey I'm going to create value, to create things that actually make people's life better, easier, that actually helps people. Because money, the truth is that there's even no such thing as money. Money exists in the mind of the poor. Poor people are always talking about, the problem of poor people is always money. Oh, I need money to do this. Oh, I need money to eat. And it's valid, like it can be a real problem. But the thing is that the problem is once you are able to create value, you've built yourself to become a person of value, you're able to create solutions, you're able to solve problems, money will come as an offshoot, as a result. Money is an exchange of value. There was no money. There was no money in the Garden of Eden. There was no money long time ago. This money is just a claim. It started several years ago. There was no such thing as money. It was exchange of value. Before we knew it, trade by barter came. Exchange of value. What do you have that someone else needs that they don't mind paying for? The more painful the problem, the more money you can make from it. The more painful the problem, the more they are willing to pay handsomely for it. So think, what can I solve? What problem can I solve? And don't say there are no more problems. People, they've created all the solutions. With new solutions come new sets of problems. So problems can never finish in this world. So they've got many AI tools, they are solving problems. AI tools are creating problems. So it's for you to look at what problems can I solve? And you cannot look at what problems can I solve if you don't have time. And you can't have time if you are distracted. So you see how everything is tying up. So these are the things I'm using to change my life. Stop thinking in terms of money. And even if you are looking at, there are many ways to get money. And I feel like on this channel, I've talked so much about remote job, freelancing, and all of that. But there are a lot of things that are added to getting money, building character, building people, getting influence, building people, training yourself, discipline, all of those things contribute to making money. And I feel like it's important for me to share all of these things and not just talk about, because even to getting a job, your character will determine how far you go on that job and all of the other stuff. So I feel like from now on, I should share a lot of other content, things I'm learning about money and the results I've gotten and all of that. I feel like it's give more content, because I've shared a lot about remote job, freelancing. So I'm just going to be sharing more about my journey to actually making money. And I feel like a lot of people can resonate with this, and I'll be as honest as possible, in this whole process. So stop thinking in terms of money. I know that we need to solve problems, but if you can focus your mind on value, see, the more value, for instance, I'm a writer and I feel like, how can I write the best content that someone will actually help a business person make more money? So that way I'm not thinking of how can I quickly make $5? How can I just write this thing anyhow, use ChatGPT, write it and make money? No, you're not adding value. How can I be the best so that I can earn, if people generally earn $10, $5, $15 for an article, the value I'm able to bring with the content I write will determine how much I make. I can make $200, $300, $1,000, $2,000 per article. So it's still about value at the end of the day. The problem you are solving, and the more painful the problem is, the more money you can make. So that is what I have discovered in this whole journey, and I'm still working the journey, and it's changing things for me. It's changing how I view things. It's changing the sincerity with which I approach things. I genuinely want to help people that are in my community, people that I see, anybody, anywhere that will find my content. I want to help them. And I'm passionate about money. I have questions about money and I'm getting some answers and I want to share. That is why I started this, I started this channel and all of that. So, we're going to be talking so much about money. I'll still talk about remote jobs and all of that, but I'm going to be talking so much about it because If you want to even get a remote job, you want to freelance, the bottom line is you want to make money. And if you can make them 1,001 ways to make money, but there are ways that you can make money. One person might be able to make money providing services, one might be able to make money selling a product. There are just 1,001 ways, but there are fundamental principles that guide how to make money, build wealth, and live in absolute prosperity. And I'm happy, I'm excited about money, and I think I just want to own it and share. This is me, and I want to share. I love prosperity. I love to live in wealth, to live in abundance, and I'm on my journey to achieving that. And I want to take as many people as possible on this journey with me. Is exciting. So I hope you learned a thing or two, and if you have questions, I'll be more than happy to respond to your questions. And if you've watched the video up to this point, please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you want more of this. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll continue. Maybe I'll do a part 2 of this because this is going to be a very long video. I'll do a part 2, and also share this video so it gets to as many people as possible. I feel like people need to know this truth, especially with social media and different apps and all of that. People are distracted a lot, and it's stopping them from getting to the point that God wants them to get, to the point that they are supposed to get. They have a lot of potential, but they're just being distracted. An ambitious person that is distracted will still be poor, will end up being poor, even with all of the ambition, with all of the skill and intelligence. If they are distracted, if they cannot commit, they will still be poor. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.